Yo, ladies and gentlemen, what's going on? It's the KDG, and I'm back again with another video. Yes. And today we're going to be talking about Mesut Ozil and his career at Arsenal finally being over after agreeing to terminating his contract with the club and himself. The player will now be free to do his transfer to Fenerbahce over there in Turkey. And it looks like this deal is pretty much done, ladies and gentlemen. Mesut Ozil has his career at Arsenal is finally over after joining from Real Madrid back in 2013. The player has given us some good times, some bad times, and you know what? He has been a wonderful player at a majority of time in his early days. Recent events has dampened it and made it a little bit more sour. But you know what? Hopefully we can let him go on a high. And you know what? Wish him all the best. Let's get this show started. And you know what? Let's cue the intro. Bang. Yes, people. Yes. So if you guys haven't already heard, Mesut Ozil has officially ended his career at Arsenal due to the fact that they have reached an agreement with the club, and his contract will be terminated immediately. Right, this will be setting him up to join Fenerbahce, which is the club that he wants to join now. He's already picked his number. He's already over there in Turkey, and he will be joining Fenerbahce, and that is imminent. Right, with 6 months left on his contract, Mesut Ozil would have been earning in and around 350K per week with his contract. The early outing would let him terminate his contract, and Arsenal have come to an agreement to pay off the remainder of his contract, right? But the German international and the club player his current deal being cut short with 6 months left would allow him now to make his dream move back to Turkey. And you know what? In the coming days, his move to Fenerbahce will most likely be completed, right? Now let's get into what the report actually says. What's going on, everybody? Good morning. Right, and if you guys can see the report, David Onstein's report is that Arsenal have terminated the agreement in principle, and that they will immediately, as of effect, end his 7.5 year reign at Arsenal. If plans go ahead, Fenerbahce are expected to sign the 32-year-old, and he'll travel this weekend to complete the move at Fenerbahce as a free agent, right? So he has now left Arsenal, and he will be joining Fenerbahce as a free agent. Yes. And you know what? Finally, Mesut Ozil is leaving. Some people say, he won't get the rest of his salary. So he won't get the rest of his salary. I think he will most likely get the rest of his salary, if I'm not mistaken. Let me just double check that quickly. Right. Let me just double check that quickly. Oh, what's going on here? Let's see what AFC Bell has to say. Translation. Arsenal are in the market for a creative player, reminder of the winter window days. Little is available, short-term deals, heavy calibrated deals, and if correctly called. We're also shocked by the club for this window. What? Damn. You know what? Some people are saying, some people don't know what's going to happen, but yeah. Let's see if there's anything else. Let's go on David Onstein's report. We'll go on The Athletic to check it out. So yeah, guys, what do you guys think so far? Mesut Ozil's gone. Looks like Mesut Ozil got paid off. Yeah, he did get paid off. He will get 7 million in compensation. Interesting. 7 million in compensation. Probably they will settle an amount for Ozil. Yeah, they have. It looks like 7 million is the amount that they've settled on Mesut Ozil. But yeah, what do you guys think about Mesut Ozil's career at Arsenal? What do you guys think about his time here at the club? Do you guys think of it as a bad thing? Do you guys think of his career as a good thing? Like, what do you guys think? Buendia's contacts, his agent, have not have no official bid from Arsenal as of today, says Fabrizio Romano. So let's check this out. Fabrizio Romano says that we have not submitted any official bids yet for the man Buendia, right? Yeah, we have not submitted any official bids for the man Buendia yet, right? So Mesut Ozil will be earning. Okay, let's look at this David Ornstein report. It says specifically that Mesut Ozil will be earning in and around 7 million. So I'm just going to show you guys that directly from the Athletic. You can see that right there. That's directly from the article from David Ornstein. Arsenal and Mesut Ozil have reached a principal agreement in order to terminate his contract. David Ornstein can reveal that the 32-year-old is expected to travel to this weekend to complete his move at Fenerbahce after the deal has been agreed with the Turkish club. Mesut Ozil was scheduled to earn 7 million between now and the end of the season, and a deal has been reached, however, for an early termination. Okay. Now, what was Ozil's previously said about? You guys can check that out on the Athletic. What has changed? Ozil was admitted from the Premier League and the Europa League squad for the first half of the season, and a decision was that he was not going to play, and last transfer window they shut before they could end up making a move, right? With no anticipation for either party for him to be registered in the second half of the campaign, they finally became open for letting him depart the Emirates, right? Where will he go? Most likely he will go to Fenerbahce, since his family and everybody have Turkish roots and in their ground roots. And the Athletic understand that Fenerbahce have reached a personal agreement to bring Mesut Ozil as a free agent, right? Why is Arsenal open to why were Arsenal open to his departure? Becoming the highest paid player in their club history, he was set with a 3-year deal worth 350K a week back in 2018. Since then, especially following Arsene Wenger's regime as manager, his involvement has become increasingly limited under Unai Emery and then Mikel Arteta. He has not been selected since March 7th, 2020, and with Arsenal's main priority being the previous transfer window, trying to slim down Arteta's squad, they clearly decided for Ozil to go, right? Is there anything else I need to know? Edu, as Arsenal's transfer director, is responsible for the club's squad planning. In this window, he's working on the most accurate assessment. And if you need to know more, go check out James's and David Onstein's report on The Athletic about Edu, right? Yeah, so that was a little report there if you guys are interested in that, right? Now, let's talk about it, people. Let's talk about it. Goodbye to a legend. Ozil isn't a legend. We are linked to a Barcelona player again. Yeah, Ricky Puig. Big up to Ricky Puig. I like Ricky Puig. Iga, if you don't sign a creative midfielder in January, what excuse do you use to protect Arteta? I'm pretty sure I'll think of something. So if he goes and gets 7 million for sitting down, you paid him 7 million to go away. LOL, fantastic. Yeah. Now let's look at Ozil's career at Arsenal. Ozil's statistical career at Arsenal. I think he was one of the better players. Let's be honest, he was not a bad signing. When we signed him, he was a really good signing. He was a star signing. He was one of the Emirates, one of the biggest signings we've ever made at the Emirates. Let's be honest. There was no bigger signing than Mesut Ozil. Mesut Ozil was the biggest signing we've ever made in the Premier League era, right? So let's go to Mesut Ozil stats. Mesut Ozil stats. Yeah, so at Arsenal, to say he had a bad career would only be looking at his past 2 seasons. past 2 seasons. The season before that, statistically, he came in 22 games, got 4 goals, 5 assists. The next season, absolutely smashed it. We almost had a chance to overtake Leicester to win that league that year. If Giroud would to have scored more goals, what could have been, we don't know. He would have been a candidate for Player of the Season that year also, right? Mesut Ozil was one hell of a player them times. Let's not joke around. He was one hell of a player, and statistically, you can see that it backed it. And his form didn't really dip until Alexis Sanchez left. Once Alexis left, and we changed the system to the end of the season, he still did okay, but he never did the numbers that he did the year before. 2018-19, Unai Emery's last year, Unai Emery Arteta season, he did play a little bit. He got 24 games. He got 5 goals, 2 assists, which was okay. And then the real drop off was last season. Actually, what am I saying? After Unai Emery's first season, the second season, and the Arteta first season, he barely did anything. He couldn't get a game. He couldn't really get involved. He couldn't get really any chances or opportunities. And you know what? Mesut Ozil statistics just goes to show you that he was not all around doing the best that he could. And it was just sad to see, people. It was just sad to see. Now, question, Ozil. What do we think of Ozil's career at Arsenal? What do we think of Ozil's career at Arsenal? Because for me, I think it divides opinions. A lot of people are divided on Mesut Ozil's career. Do you think Ozil had a good career? Do you think Ozil had a bad career? Do you think Ozil was the kind of player who you were happy? Like, what was it about Ozil? Like, to me, Mesut Ozil was a decent player. He's not going to be hugely missed right now at this point because he was not a big factor in our season. But of course, Mesut Ozil his name will be remembered due to the fact that he did win some things, and he did win the first trophy for the club in a long time with that FA Cup, and then since then winning being a part of a team that's won 4 different FA Cups throughout the years. I'm not saying he's a legend. I'm not saying he's even a hero. He might just be a guy who was idolized in a short time period. But yeah, that's Mesut Ozil for you people. You know what? All in all, been a good career for him at Arsenal. The back end was a little bit worse than the beginning. And you know what? I wish him all the best. But I think at this point, guys, I'm going to wrap up the video. I think Mesut Ozil is going to do great at Fenerbahce. And you know what? I'll probably be watching some of those games just to see how he does, because I think he would do quite well over there in Turkey, right? At Arsenal, he's had his ups, he's had his downs, he's had his injuries, he's had his problems with fitness, trying to stay fit. But all in all, thank you, Mesut Ozil. I genuinely did appreciate watching him. And you know what? At times, he was a really good player. No one can take that away from him. He just did not have a good end to his career at Arsenal. But as a player, he did do well. I'm not out here as a Ozil fanboy. I'm not one of those guys who loved Ozil every single day. I'm the club first, and players come and go. And at this point, he's just another player to come and go. But you know what? What he has done in his short time that he was there, I'm a little bit happy that to have seen him play. But yeah, Mesut Ozil, ladies and gentlemen, I think we just never actually got the best out of him because we never really built around the team around him. But if we did, we never know what could have happened. But yeah, Mesut Ozil will be leaving, no longer Arsenal player. And it's not really a sad day because it was time for him to go. But yeah, hopefully he does well. Have yourselves a great night, guys. I'll be back at 10 o'clock for the video versus Newcastle versus Arsenal. I'll have Kendall, Cam, and probably Kesh. So